world.
Happy spring, everyone! I've been doing some gardening recently, and I thought it'd be really fun if we got to explore different things that you could find in a garden. Today, we're going to be talking about dirt. Did you know that God made dirt so cool that it helps plants grow and also little and big creatures live? Let's do our first activity. Let's play with a garden sensory bin. There's so many fun things in here. Come look. Let's see what all we can find in our garden together. I see a froggy. Hi, little froggy. Look how cute. And I see a green butterfly. Hi, butterfly. And I see a purple butterfly. Hi, butterfly. And I see a blue froggy. Oh, how cute. Ribbit, ribbit. And I see a stream with fishies. Hi. Look how cute they are. They're just swimming in the stream. And I see two little birdies. Hi, birdies. And a pot that we can fill with dirt and pour it out. Fill it up and pour it out. Great job exploring our garden together. That was so much fun, and we found so many cool things in the garden. Now, I've got a question. Is anybody hungry? Let's make something really tasty out of dirt, but not real dirt. You'll see. Let's make a snack cup together. This is called a dirt cup. Wait a second. Can you eat dirt? No, silly. But we can eat chocolate pudding with Oreos and gummy worms, right? Yes. So we're going to make our dirt cup out of these things, not real dirt. If you'd like to try this activity at home, here's what you'll need. You'll need chocolate pudding, Oreos, and gummy worms. Plus, you'll need a cup and a spoon and an adult's help. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is take our chocolate pudding and dump it into our cup. Ready? Let's take our spoon. Here we go. Perfect. Now we are going to open our Oreos, and we need to crush our Oreos. So I'm going to take a Ziploc bag and put my Oreos in the Ziploc bag to crush them. Ready? And crush your Oreos. You have to crush them up really good to make our dirt. Now that we have it all crushed, let's pour our Oreos into our dirt cup. Here we go. Wow, look at all of our Oreos in our pudding. Good job. Now, let's add our gummy worms. We're gonna open up our gummy worm bag and get a few gummy worms out. And they go right into our dirt. Ooh. Ooh. I bet they're having the best time in there. Perfect! Look at all of our gummy worms hanging out in our dirt. Good job, everybody. Well, that was fun. I can't wait to eat this later. I'm so glad we got to do so many fun things today with dirt. Did you know that God made dirt really amazing and for lots and lots of purposes, but that He made you even more incredible, and He has so many purposes for your life. I'll see you next week. Bye! Thanks for watching. Now let's explore God's sweet world together. For more fun, ask a grown-up to subscribe. Lala's Sweet World. Welcome back to my flower shop, everybody. Oh, wait, I mean sweet shop. But I am doing a lot of gardening right now. Look at this beautiful flower I have. Have you ever seen a flower in real life? You have? Aren't they beautiful? God made flowers so beautiful and unique, and He takes care of them every single day. Are you more important than a flower? Yes! So if God takes care of the flowers, God can definitely take care of you. Are you ready to do our first activity? Let's go! Let's do a flower movement activity together. So whenever I pull a flower from our cup, we have to do whatever activity it says. Are you ready? Let's pull the first flower. Flap like a chicken. Gallop like a horse. Wiggle like a worm. Hop like a bunny. That was a lot of fun. Are you ready for a science experiment now? Me too. Let's go. Let's do a blooming flower science experiment together. Did you know that there's some flowers that bloom in the water called water lilies? And we're going to make a flower bloom in the water too, using something called capillary action. Are you ready to make these flowers bloom in the water? Let's do it. Let's put the flowers in the water and watch them bloom. We have a red flower and a blue flower, a yellow flower, and a purple flower. They bloomed in our water. That was such a cool science experiment. Thanks for joining me today. And don't forget, if God takes care of the flowers, He's definitely going to take care of you. I'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks for watching. Now let's explore God's sweet world together. For more fun, ask a grown-up to subscribe. Lala's Sweet World. Hi friends, welcome back. Guess what we're learning about today? Frogs! Frogs are so awesome. They have smooth, shiny skin and long legs for hopping. In fact, frogs are something called an amphibian, which means that they can live on the land or in the water. God made frogs so cool that when they're little bitty babies, they don't even look like frogs. Come look. When a frog is born, it's in an egg. And then the eggs turn into a tadpole. And then the tadpole starts to grow legs. And then we have a little tiny froglet. He has his legs, but he still has a tail. And then after a while, he loses his tail and turns into an adult frog. How cool is the frog life cycle? I'm so glad that we're learning about frogs today. In fact, it has me so excited that I kind of want to do a little bit of hopping myself. Are you ready for our first activity? Let's go! Have you ever hopped like a frog before? If not, it's okay. We're gonna practice now. All you have to do is squat down and put your hands on the floor like this. Ribbit, ribbit. Now that you're down on the ground with me, let's practice hopping on our lily pads just like a frog. Here we go. Great job hopping, everyone. Hey, do you like to race? I do too. Get ready for our next activity. Let's have a froggy race. I have in my hand here lots of little frog friends, and we're going to see which one can make it all the way from the starting line to the finish line. Are you ready to see who's going to win the race? Let's go. Let's see which of our froggy friends makes it closest to the finish line. First up is Blue Froggy. Oh, he made it! Great job, Blue Froggy. Let's try the Pink Froggy. Oh, she didn't quite make it. Let's try the Orange Froggy. Oh no, he didn't make it either. Let's try the Green Froggy. Green Froggy made it too! So our winning frogs are Green Froggy and Blue Froggy! Yay! Wow, Green Frog and Blue Frog worked really hard to make it over that finish line. I've got one more activity for you guys. Are you ready? Let's go! Everyone meet Mr. Froggy. Mr. Froggy is really hungry. Do you know what frogs eat? One of the things that they eat is flies. And I have 10 flies that we can feed Mr. Froggy. Will you help me? Great! Let's feed Mr. Froggy 10 flies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mr. Froggy, is your tummy full now? Oh, good. I'm so glad. Thanks for helping me feed Mr. Froggy. I'm so glad that you got to join me today as we learned all about frogs. I'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks for watching. Now let's explore God's sweet world together. For more fun, ask a grown-up to subscribe. Lala's Sweet World. Hi friends, welcome back. Are you ready to find out which of our garden friends we're going to be talking about today? It's earthworms. Have you ever seen a wiggly worm before? They're pretty cool. God made worms so wonderful. Here's some really cool things about worms. Did you know that earthworms can't see with their eyes, but they can still sense light? They also don't have legs, but they have little hairs and bristles that help them move in the soil. Earthworms breathe through their skin, which means that their skin has to stay moist. They also help aerate the soil. By burrowing deep into the soil, it helps air and water reach plants' roots. I'm so glad that we're learning about worms today. Let's get ready for our first activity. Let's spell the word worm together. Do you know how to spell worm? W-O-R-M. Worm. Let's spell it in our dirt together. W O. R. M. I'm glad we got to spell the word worm together by wiggling around in our dirt just like a worm. Great job spelling the word worm together. Now we are going to make a worm snack, but not for a worm, it's for us. Let's make a worm snack together. If you'd like to try this activity at home, here's what you'll need. You'll need some Fruit Loops and some pipe cleaners. Let's get ready to do this activity together. The first thing we'll do is take our pipe cleaner and we're going to thread the Fruit Loops onto the pipe cleaner. Here's one little colorful wiggly worm. Look at him wiggle. Now let's do the other one. Here we go with worm number 2. Now we've got 2 wiggly worms. Hey, I've got a question. When you eat this, do you eat the pipe cleaner too? No, so only eat the Fruit Loops on the pipe cleaner. And as long as Mom or Dad says it's okay, you can have the wiggly worm as a snack. I can't wait to eat my worm snack later. Let's get ready to do a science experiment together. Let's make a growing worm together. If you'd like to do this activity at home, here's what you'll need. You'll need paper towels cut in half, a straw, markers, and some water. Let's get ready to do this activity together. The first thing you'll do is take a marker and one of your paper towels, and we're going to color the paper towel. Now let's take the other paper towel and color it a different color. Now we're going to take our straw and we are going to wrap our paper towel around the straw. Just like this. Then you are going to squish your paper towel together on the straw, just like this. And then we're going to push it off the straw. There's one little wiggly worm, and I'm gonna put some eyes on him, and also maybe some stripes too. Okay, there's my first little wiggly worm. Now let's wrap the other one. Now let's put some eyes on this wiggly worm. And I'm gonna draw her a line down the middle. Now that we've got our wiggly worms made, are you ready to see them grow? Me too, let's do it. Now it's time to watch our little worm friends wiggle and grow. We need a little bit of water. I have some in my watering can here. And then we're going to gently pour some on our worms. Here we go. They grew. Thanks for helping me make my worm wiggle and grow. I'm so glad that you got to join me and my worm friend today. I'll see you next week. Bye! Thanks for watching. Now let's explore God's sweet world together. For more fun, ask a grown-up to subscribe. Lala's Sweet World. Welcome back, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here today. Can you guess which animal we'll be talking about today that likes to visit the garden? It's a butterfly! Have you ever seen a butterfly in real life? Aren't they so beautiful? God created them so detailed and magnificent. They're so beautiful. Did you know that just like our frog that we learned about, a butterfly goes through many different stages in its life too? Let's take a look. The butterfly starts out its life as a little tiny egg. Then it turns into a caterpillar. Look at the little caterpillar. Then that caterpillar makes a chrysalis and it stays inside of there until it hatches out and is a butterfly. How cool is that? Each of our activities today will have to do with one of the stages of a butterfly's life. The first stage is the eggs, and there's little tiny baby caterpillars inside. Let's count caterpillar eggs together. 1. Let's get 1 caterpillar egg. 1. 2. 2 caterpillar eggs. 1. 2. Let's count to 3 together. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you count to 5 with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's count to 7 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now let's count to 8 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Let's count out 9 caterpillar eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's count to 10 together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thanks for helping me count our caterpillar eggs. There were so many. Now let's get ready for the caterpillar stage of the butterfly's life. Here's activity number 2. Let's practice our colors by matching the colors of our caterpillar. Let's match Mr. Caterpillar's colors. This is also the colors of the rainbow. Can you find the red? There it is! Let's put it on the red. Can you find the orange? There it is! Let's put it on the orange. Can you find the yellow? There it is! Let's put it on the yellow. What about green? You're right, there it is! Can you find the blue? There it is! Can you find indigo? That's a silly word. Indigo is a mix between blue and purple. Can you find violet? There it is! Great job! I'm so glad Mr. Caterpillar has all his colors matched again. And we're on to the chrysalis stage of the caterpillar's life. Are you ready for activity number 3? Let's go! Let's make a chrysalis together. That's what a caterpillar lives in right before it becomes a butterfly. If you'd like to do this science experiment at home, here's what you'll need. You'll need baking soda, a cup with some vinegar in it, 2 cups of water, food coloring, little butterflies, and a container for the experiment. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is combine our baking soda, water, and food coloring. Let's put some baking soda in our water. We're making a paste. Now that we've got a good paste consistency, let's add a drop of food coloring to color our paste. Now we're going to take our paste and we're going to cover our butterflies with it to make a chrysalis. There's one chrysalis. Now let's do the other. There's our other chrysalis. Our butterflies are completely covered in their chrysalis. Now that our chrysalis have had a few minutes to dry, let's get ready to do the science part of this together. When you combine baking soda and vinegar together, these two ingredients undergo a chemical reaction that produces carbon dioxide gas. Let's get ready to see what happens. Let's pour our vinegar onto our chrysalis. The expanding bubbles of our carbon dioxide gas created pressure inside the chrysalis, eventually causing it to split open and showing us our butterflies that were inside. The last stage of the butterfly's life is when it becomes a butterfly. Let's do our fourth activity together. It's time to make butterfly art together. If you'd like to try this at home, here's what you'll need. You'll need washable paint, yarn, a sponge, and a piece of paper, and an adult's help. Let's get started. The first thing you'll do is take your sponge and your yarn, and you're going to wrap the yarn around the sponge and then tie it up to make a butterfly. I've already done mine over here. Then, after you finish this, you're going to start putting your paint onto your butterfly. We can make any designs we want on our butterfly. And some yellow, and some pink. Gonna do some stripes. Now I'm actually going to take a paintbrush and swirl my colors around on my butterfly. Now here comes the fun part. We are going to press our butterfly onto our paper to make a paint butterfly. Here we go. There's one butterfly. Two butterflies. Three butterflies. 4 butterflies. 5 butterflies. Look how well our butterfly art turned out. Do you like it? Me too. Thanks for helping. Thanks so much for joining me today as we learned all about the butterfly. Aren't you glad God created butterflies? Me too. I'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks for watching. Now let's explore God's sweet world together. For more fun, ask a grown-up to subscribe.